Hey guys, it's ZEVENX. Decided to start up a new series of videos because I haven't done anything in a while, and I figured that it would be a good time to start showing you guys how I go about creating some of my songs and some of the methods that I have learned to use over the period of time that I've been producing. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to basically construct a song from scratch and just go through all the different steps from building the drums to writing the bass lines, the chords, the melodies, how I choose my synthesizers and all those different sounds, layering, and some mixing techniques. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some example songs of what we're going to be creating. We're definitely going to be going towards more of the progressive house sound. So I'm going to play one of my songs, and then I'm also going to play a Paris Blohm kind of song where you can get an idea of what we're going to go for. So this is one that I've been working on lately. And then if maybe you've heard some Paris Blohm stuff, this is an idea so you can get of what we're going to be creating. So this is going to be really fun, and let's get started. So the first thing that you might have noticed is I already have all these different audio tracks labeled with what kind of drums we're going to put in those strips. So the first thing I want you guys to look at though is over here on your tempo. You want to set that to 128. That's typically what progressive house is at for BPM. And over here on the left, this is actually my own sample library, just a collection of some of the sounds that I've used in the past, some songs, and some stuff that I've collected in other sample libraries. And I will probably put this up either on Google Drive or Dropbox so you guys can get access with it for it too. And that way you can follow along. So let's start off with the kick. Real quickly, just about the kick, I usually like to mix as I am working on a song. And if I can get a kick in there first and then mix that down and then mix everything else around that level, it usually helps it get a lot cleaner, and the mix is usually a lot more easy to work with, especially towards the end. So you can just start applying some mastering techniques to it. So let's go over here into my kicks, and I think I like this one a lot, so I'll let you guys hear that. I like that. So let's just create this little 4-bar loop here, and let's just put one here. Okay. Now we're going to put one of these on every beat, and I'm just using Command D to duplicate this. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, we have something on every beat, and I'm going to drop this down to -7. That's usually a good starting point for me. And here you guys go. Okay, next thing we're going to move on to is the clap. So let's go into here, claps. Let's look in here. So I like that clap actually. It's a combination of a clap and a snare. This is from a Vengeance pack. And I'm just going to put that on every beat. But something I want you guys to take into consideration is something I like to do is, as you can see, there's some pretty big transients right here and right here, and I like to actually grab this because it's a shifted clap, so it kind of sounds like there's two of them stacked and just a little offset, but I actually like to push this back and put the second transient on top of the kick, and it just sounds a little bit tighter, and it sounds kind of more full. So let's go ahead and duplicate that over our loop here, and let's mix that down. Let's see. put that on the wrong channel. And let's bring that at 0, -12.8. And just another quick mixing tip as we're going along through this. Something I like to do is just, so once I have my kick there, that's kind of my bass. And then at this point, when I hit other elements that I'm putting on top of it, I kind of like to bring it down and just kind of start bringing it up, and then kind of realize like where it's going to sit well. And so for me in this case, it was -12.8. So let's give that a listen. Okay, that should be pretty common. You guys hear that a lot in a lot of dance tracks. Something I like to do to just make it a little bit more interesting, and this is where these kind of techniques can start getting a little bit more advanced. Not because they're hard, but it'll give you more of a professional sound, because this is what maybe some of the more experienced producers will do. And that's something as simple as adding a reverse clap. So, like that right there. We can go ahead and add that probably right there. Let's go ahead and bring that down. I'm going to get somewhere around there, and let's see how that sounds. Okay, let's go ahead and duplicate that over the loop. So basically, it's right before every other clap. Okay, cool. I like the way that sounds. Now, let's see. I should actually name that cymbals. Let's see. Let's go ahead and let's see what we have here. I'm not sure exactly yet what I'm going to do with cymbals. There's a variety of things that we can do, but I have like this loop right here. Let's start off with this. It's actually from a Vengeance pack, where it's kind of just some rides that go along really well with the beat. Okay, so let's go ahead and use that. I'm going to apply an auto pan real quick. We're going to go here to this little note, and I'm going to hit on the rate. I'm going to go to 1/2, 1/2. It's going to be the rate. Let's set that to maybe around there. And what this is going to do is it's going to kind of just widen out the sound a little bit by panning it from the left to the right. Makes it a little bit interesting. Actually going to turn down the amount a little bit. And just by panning left and right, it kind of gives it just some more room in the stereo field as far as like what we can start adding, and give us some room in frequencies and stuff like that. And we'll go in here and apply more mixing stuff to it later, but just real quickly, that's something I want to apply. Next thing, we're going to go back to my sample pack and go to the toms, and we'll go through some of these real quick. Okay, so let's start off with that one. I'm going to apply this one on the offbeat. Let's do something like this. Go ahead and duplicate that over the loop. Okay, so just real quickly, let's add a few effects here. I'm going to just add a new cue. I'm going to just start, and I'll go in here and do it a little bit more precisely later, but let's cut out right about there. Let's do 100. And I want to go in there and just add a quick little delay, reverb, just to give it a little bit of wetness and ring. So that is basically how you start constructing a beat. This is basically going to be our drum section, and we'll be able to take elements from this and apply it over different sections of the song. We're going to take a few things out, maybe add a few things in later, but this is the basic structure of where you can start. So I hope this kind of gave you a good idea of how to get started on your first progressive house track, or maybe give you some ideas on how you can work on some of the ones you've already done. If you guys have any tips or suggestions or things that you want to get more detail on, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.